Hey, what's up everyone, Protagonist here. Today I'm going to be doing a very different type of video. I want to talk to you about Team Sonic Racing and why it's yet another example of Sega's horrible business practices. Now, recently this game announced that it was getting a delay, which on the surface should be a good thing. More development time means more potential for the game to be better, right? But no. Everyone secretly knows why they delayed the game, and that's because it was coming out around the same time as other big releases like Smash Ultimate. The fact of the matter is, this is a racing game that uses simple mechanics, a pre-made engine that was used for previous games in the series, and to top it all off, only 15 playable characters. This game is finished, and they know it. My theory is that they simply masked what I'm saying by delaying the game by almost half a year, to make it seem like they care. But really, delaying this game is more of a business decision rather than an artistic one. I'm no game developer, but even I know that it doesn't take 5 to 6 months to polish a game. It's usually 1 or maybe 2 at most. They very clearly only care about how much money it's gonna make rather than actually trying to make a good product. Obviously, there's no real proof of that, but based off of history, that is what I think. It's not that I'm trying to be a Debbie Downer, I'm just being a realist. This game looks completely bare bones. I mean, we've seen a lot of it, and I am not impressed at all. Let's be honest here. It just looks like a shittier All-Star Racing transformed. Not knocking Sumo Digital, but it's the exact same foundation. And that was a game that came out in 2012. And this game, it kind of looks worse, to be completely real with you. The graphics, they actually don't look as good as in Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed. And again, that game came out 6 years ago. The only thing that's really differentiating it is this weird, like, team-based partner mechanic, but there's nothing that really comes out of it. You could pass items to friends and shit, and your placing gets, averaged at the end of the race. What exactly is differentiating this game from the previous ones? Because if you haven't been up to speed, they removed the transformation vehicle gimmick. This looks like a downgrade, doesn't it? What gives? Well, through developer interviews and the mere concept of the game, Sega would have you believe that this is a celebration of the franchise. Kind of like Mario Kart, but more so a Sonic Kart. Okay, so that seems fair. Maybe. In that case, let's go over some of the content and see if this game was truly worthy of a 5 to 6 month delay. Okay, so let's look at some of the items. All right, let's see what they came up with here. You pick up item boxes. This is the categorizing them. So you can get invincibility. You can get wisps, like the black wisp, blue wisp, crimson wisp, all these different wisps, which were from one game, Sonic Colors, and Sonic Lost World, but you know that, yeah. And then you can get rings. Don't you think we're missing something? Maybe a couple things? I could have thought of a couple more interesting items or power-ups. How about speed shoes? How about a shield power-up? How about elemental shields? But no, instead we have all these wisps, which were from one game. But alright, that's a missed opportunity. Let's talk about some of the characters. Alright, you have Dr. Eggman, you have Metal Sonic. That's cool. Team Dark, Omega, Rouge, and Shadow. That sounds right. Team Rose, Amy, Big, and then Chow's. You could play as Chow's. And even Omo Chow. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. Team Sonic, you have the trio. That makes sense. Team Vector, you have Blaze, Silver, and Vector. So no Espio, no Charmy, and no Cream. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a decent roster. But 15 is kind of low. It's really low for a game that's supposed to be celebrating Sonic. I mean, I could think of a lot of characters. How about Mighty and Ray? Chaos. How about Tikal? Fang the Sniper? What about Bean and Bark? The Babylon Rogues? Jet, Wave, and Storm aren't here. Maybe you can include some past villains like Emerald, the Tails doll, Metal Knuckles, bring all those characters from Sonic R in. What about even recent characters like, I don't know, Infinite or something? Throw him in the game. The point is, this game's missing a lot of characters. Let's look at some stages. So we have Market Street, which is based off of Rooftop Run from Sonic Unleashed. That's whatever, that's a popular one. I'll let it slide. And then we got Sand Hill, which thankfully is not based off of the Sonic Forces level. It's based off of Sand Hill from, it's like the mini-game stage from Sonic Adventure. I think only Sonic and Tails can actually run through it and play it. But it was a pretty decent like minigame challenge. You go through all the gates or whatever and whatnot. To be honest, it's kind of odd to make an entire stage out of that, like, it's literally 30 seconds of gameplay, Sandhill. It's very forgettable. Yet it's also kind of creative. So, you know, I'll give them that one. That one's fine too. And then we got Whale Lagoon, which is obviously based off of Seaside Hill from Sonic Heroes. And as much as I like Sonic Heroes, Seaside Hill is just Green Hill combined with Emerald Coast. So again, you could have remixed something more original. Then you have Wisp Circuit, which is just Planet Wisp, and it looks like a little bit of Lost World, the 5th zone. Forgot what it's called. Then you have Boo's House, which is based off of Sandopolis Zone, and that's a good one right there. And then you have Ice Mountain, which you would think is based off of Ice Mountain from Sonic Advance, but it's actually 50-50 the Sonic Advance Zone and Haloska from Sonic Unleashed. But especially sharing the same name with the Sonic Advance Zone, it's kind of disappointing that they didn't remix that track from the GBA game. So that was kind of a missed opportunity. Then you have some cameos. Froggy, King Boom Boo, the Orcas from Sonic Adventure in 06 appear. Pretty neato, I guess. And there's gonna be 21 tracks in total. So we haven't seen everything. Maybe most of the tracks are gonna be good. This is definitely a step up from Sonic R or any of the other Sonic racing games. Primarily Sonic racing games. Like if you don't want to count Sega All-Stars Racing, if you don't want to count those games, then yeah, this is definitely gonna be the best Sonic racing game, I guess. You can no doubt tell that I've been, you know, trying to be fair to this game. I just can't though, because when you put it into the perspective, the goggles, the magnifying glass of having to be a celebration of Sonic, this is a very D+ effort. If this is really Sega's A game, it's pathetic, man. It really is pathetic. I mean, I think the most missed opportunity is the fact that there's only 15 characters. When you compare it to Sega All-Stars Transformed, where there's 32 or 33. And I know that includes a lot of Sega characters, obviously, other than Sonic, but the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise has so many fucking characters, you'd think that they would make use of them in a game like this, you know? I don't know. Again, it just seems like a missed opportunity, and again, it just draws the conclusion that they're really not giving it that much effort. So that brings me around to my main question of this video, and you guys can answer it in the comments, but what exactly is the point of wasting development time on a new racing game if it's not even going to be superior to a game that came out in 2012 of the same, like, engine? Like, this is not a completely different racing game. This is clearly a sequel to All-Stars Racing Transformed. I'm not saying the game's gonna be bad or, you know, or garbage or not worth playing or anything like that, guys, so don't misunderstand me. It's probably gonna be an alright, you know, decent to good game, but that's not what we're looking for here, you know? 2018 has been relatively quiet for Sonic, you know? I mean, we got Mania Plus, but that has nothing to do with Sonic Team. Sonic Team doesn't do anything with that. That's made by Christian Whitehead and his guys over there, you know? So Sonic Team has been relatively quiet for over a year. So to get a game that is mediocre to good, this isn't gamer entitlement by any means. We should demand better. So they've done nothing for 2018. They've been working on this game, right?
Yep.
And now they're going to work on this game for another 5 months, and it's going to come out, it's going to be okay, you know?
This game is just going to be a glorified CD, in my opinion. The only reason I'm getting it is for the OST.
Oh yeah, the OST is incredible so far. Yeah.
They justify taking out the transformation gimmick and taking out the other characters as a celebration of Sonic because they want to focus on the Sonic universe. But the thing is, if they want to make this a celebratory game, and they've been working on this for over a year, they only have 15 characters, you know? They only have 21 stage. You know, that's weak. That's a D+ effort for a game that has so much time behind it, that has so much resources behind it.
Yeah.
You look at Smash as like a celebration of like their 20 years of history, and it's like their roster is.
Yeah, think about it. Look at Smash.
That's a fighting game, and like, for you to design characters in a fighting game is way more complex.
Exactly.
Game, and they have triple your roster. No. 5 times your roster? That's wild. I know the question that I presented to you guys earlier was a loaded question, because we don't know how the game's gonna be, you know, exactly. I haven't had it in my hands, I never played it. But from what we've seen, from what we've heard, from what we know about, you know, what Sega's been doing, or maybe not know,
the game doesn't look that impressive. And in my opinion, Sonic and any other video game franchise should strive to be the best that it can be. So the lesson and moral of this video is that Sega and Sonic Team won't improve unless you stop giving them your money. It doesn't matter how many reviews we make about the games being unpolished or poorly executed. If you guys keep forking over cash to them, they're gonna keep making shit. That's just how the industry works. What's most alarming about all of this is that even when the fans step in and show Sega up, they are now proving that they still don't give a damn about their own intellectual property. Anyway, that's my rant. I hope you enjoyed my arguments. I'm sorry if I was really blunt and negative, but I have to be real with you, you know? Anyway, I'm the protagonist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.